Mm. Right. Hey guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Mm. All right, you guys, welcome to All Signs. We're going to be taking a look at you and your person between February 12th and 15th. If you guys want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, you can head on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that link. It is pinned in the chat box. Can someone type something so that I know this is working? That would be okay. There we go. What's up, Mojo? Good to see you. Good morning. All right. The only reason I'm doing this today instead of Saturday, which I've been really enjoying doing the Saturday streams, is because I am going to be microneedling my face tonight and I'm gonna record it. So, super excited about that. And I'm not going to be healed until after this weekend. So, I just wanted to make sure to get a stream in before I go ahead and scratch my face to death, Venus things, baby, Venus things. And Venus is in Pisces right now, so why not? What's up, Goddess? You love my videos? Thank you. What's up, Kinez? I know I must probably sound like the most negative tarot reader online. I kind of am. But like if I don't see something happy, I'm just not going to tell you a fake ass story. There was somebody the other day, and I'm sure she didn't mean anything by it. She was like, "This is so negative," and I was like, "I'm sorry. I am sorry. Sorry if this is your reading." Libra school. Ed! What's up, Ed? Everyone say hi to Ed. He is old school. I've known this man for like 10 years. It's good to see you in here, Ed. Miss you to pieces. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're just gonna do it. Why don't you guys tell me what sign you want to start out with? Anyone who responds after Goddess Destiny wins. Yes, happy early V Day. Today, Mercury is conjunct the North Node. I feel like this is such a good time to like write poetry and like read and get lost in a book. In all honesty, Cancer. Okay, Dreamer said Cancer, so it looks like we're starting out with Cancer. Congrats, Cancer. You're in luck, buddy. All right, this is a you versus them, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, I forgot what we were doing. All right. Negative is only a perception. Well, maybe it's my perception that's negative. But like if I see something like the Emperor reversed, the Ten of Pentacles reversed, and the Four of Pentacles, I'm gonna be like, this bitch is stingy because they're trying to control you with money or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna sell you a story, baby. You gotta go to Rainbow Avenue to be able to buy your unicorn stories. Okay. Okay, let's do this. It's so good to see you, Ed. It really is. I was just talking about you yesterday. All right. Let's do Cancer. I'm doing me a Cancer. You know, and still my favorite sign, guys. Okay, let's see. Show me Cancer and their person. Speaking of the Ten of Pentacles reverse, Ten of Pentacles reversed in your feelings, the Seven of Swords in their feelings. How you view them is the Death reversed. Gracious. Your future actions towards them is the King of Swords reverse. How they see you is the Ace of Wands. Their future action, the Four of Swords reversed. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There is mutual passion with that Strength card and that Page of Wands. Very fiery, but it feels underneath the surface for some reason. And I'm not really sure why that is. Because the rest of the cards, guys, the rest of the cards look a little unpredictable. Why is the Ten of Pentacles reversed for Cancer's feelings? The Eight of Pentacles. A lot of you are very concerned with what others think of this connection, or specifically what this person thinks of you and the connection. It seems like you are willing to put in the effort and you are trying your best. You're raising the standard. You are trying to meet some kind of expectation from this person. And I feel like you're willing to do it. You know, I don't know if you're happy to do it, but I mean, you're definitely willing to do it. And it is work. For a lot of you, you may have concerns that this won't be something very long term, but you are willing to try to see it through, is what I'm getting from that. And there's this thing where, with that Death reversed and the Five of Cups reversed, you feel like this person is telling you that they forgive you, or they're saying that they've let go of something from the past, or letting go of some kind of regrets, or whatever it is. But I don't know if you really feel like that's necessarily true. Because it's like there's, you know what it reminds me of? How you see them reminds me of when you say something like, I forgive, but I'll never forget. It's like that's how you see them. Because the Five of Cups reverse, sometimes it can be about apologies, okay, for sure. But it can also be about forgiving you. So I don't know which side of the fence you lay on with that. But you feel like this person is offering some level of grace, or maybe asking for it, but potentially hasn't really changed, or hasn't changed their stance on something. This very much feels like a suppression of your own truth with that King of Swords reverse and the Four of Cups reverse. It feels like you are trying to avoid, I want to say, another disappointing situation with this person, or you're trying to avoid some level of rejection. It's and it's like you're doing, you feel like you have to be quiet, or you have to silence yourself in order to maybe keep the peace, or in order to avoid some kind of catastrophe, or disappointing this person, or something like that. Okay. In their feelings, the Seven of Swords with the Page of Swords. This person is feeling like they need to be very strategic and very cautious in what they tell you, or it almost feels like they are being very observant, or they feel like they need to be very observant with you. Like, watch what you're doing, watch what you're saying, maybe even spying on you a little bit, because it feels like it's coming from a protective place. The Seven of Swords is not always about lying, cheating, stealing. You have to see the accompanying cards around it, which is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is not evil or malicious. The Page of Swords is just observant, curious, and has a level of thirst for knowledge. So with that Seven of Swords there, it makes me feel like they're curious and observant because they're trying to figure something out about you in order to protect themselves. You know, maybe they're like, is Cancer a gold digger, you know, or is Cancer a porn addict? Is Cancer blah, 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 right? Whatever it may or may not be, they feel that for some reason. I might clarify a little bit more about that in a second. Let's see that Ace of Wands for how they see you. Okay. So I think that, remember earlier when I said that it kind of feels like you're silencing yourself for some level of peace? In my opinion, I think that's how they see you to a degree, because they see you as somebody who's very inspiring to them, somebody that they're very attracted to. For some of you, I don't think that this is new with that Five of Cups reverse. It very well may be, but that Ace of Wands is very excitable, someone who's very excited, someone who is passionate about sex, life, them, whatever it may be. This person looks to you and feels like you are inspiring, or you are attractive, and they feel like you don't want drama, you don't want arguments. And I think that they're probably right. They feel like you're very motivated about this relationship or this connection. The Four of Swords reverse and their actions. Wow. This person seems to be taking the lead, whether this is a male or a female. This is somebody who's taking the lead. I think that this person has felt some level of pain, just like we all have, whether that's with you or because of something or someone else, and they seem to be kind of coming out of that. Or if this person has been taking a lot of time for themselves, they seem to be coming out of that or engaging with you in some way. This person seems to be taking some level of responsibility or action to make something happen. Let me see. The Two of Swords reverse. It just feels like they're trying to make this happen. Like they're not trying to avoid anything. It's like all bets are off. They're just kind of have everything on the table, you know? Why do they feel like they need that Seven of Swords there? The Page of Cups reverse. For some of you, they may feel like you are manipulative or that you tend to play victim sometimes. If the Seven of Swords is present, and from what I gathered, it's a protective mechanism for this person. And the reason being that they feel like they need to have a protective mechanism is because the Page of Cups is reverse. To me, it leads me to believe that they feel like you are emotionally manipulative in some way, or, you know, maybe you are overly sensitive, or you know, maybe they are trying to avoid being a victim themselves. Okay, that's what that looks like to me. So let's get advice for the first person. If you're the first person, it says, what do you need to release? Okay, what does the first person need to release? Judgment. It may be a truth. The judgment can be where we're bringing something back from the past and we're needing to take accountability for it. Okay, we're needing to make better decisions. So what if there's something in your life or in your mind that is causing you to make bad decisions, or that is causing you to hide the truth from this person or yourself. Whatever that thing is needs to be released. I don't know if it's fear, I don't know if it's shame, I don't know what it is. For the second person, nothing will come of this situation. What do you mean by that? The devil. Okay, I asked where this is going and I have the 10 of cups. So, second person, if you're worried about some kind of addiction, fear, toxic attachment, codependency, whatever it may be, it's kind of telling you like that's not going to blow up in your face like you think it is, because I do believe that you're incredibly cautious, and maybe you have every right to be, as far as you, second person, as far as you go. But it says that this is where this is going to end up with the 10 of cups. So while I'm not telling you to not protect yourself, I will say that don't make mountains out of molehills if you can help it. Now, if this is like the worst person in the world, and this person is an abuser and just the most terrible thing since Epstein, okay, this is not your reading, right? So something to just kind of think about. So that is what I have for you, Cancer. Thanks, Mojo. I appreciate that. I appreciate the validation. What's up, Alyssa? What's up, Donna? What's up, Jay? All right, let's move on to Gemini. All right, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to strip down, guys, but it is really freaking hot in here. Okay, I'm trying to be weird. Don't worry, guys. Tube top on. Okay. Went tanning yesterday, burned the absolute crap out of myself. I haven't gone in so long. Okay, so let's do this. Gemini, what's going on? Let's go ahead and see what is happening between you and this person between the 12th through to the 15th. Show me Gemini and their person, please. Your feelings, Gemini, we have the Lovers reversed. Got Gemini here. We have the 8 of Cups and their feelings. Goodness. The mutual energy between the two of you is the 9 of Cups and the Magician reverse. I don't know. You guys are kind of acting like, well, I have doubts about this, but I don't have doubts about myself. So I'm just going to stay here single or by myself or content with whatever I'm doing now and not really make this happen. That's what that looks like. How you see this person is the Queen of Cups. Your future actions, the 2 of Wands. How this person sees you is the 7 of Wands. Their future actions, the 3 of Cups. Okay. All right. It's not ending as bad as I thought it was going to. Okay. Tell me why the Lovers reversed. The 3 of Swords. Oh, no. It almost feels like you don't agree with the decision that they've made, is what I gathered from that. Like there's some kind of decision that they made that you don't agree with. I don't know if it was like just a miscommunication or something that was said, something that was decided, but it went against your, or is going against your morals or your values, or something that just does not align with you. And it, if I'm going to be honest with you, it fucking hurts. You seem to be a bit heartbroken over that. I'm going to come back to that. It was a choice. They made some kind of choice that really hurt you. Oh, I'm feeling that deeply. How you see them is the Queen of Cups and the Two of Cups reverse. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer. This is double Cancer energy. Doesn't have to be. You feel like this is somebody who's very creative, sensitive, softly beautiful, and intuitive, and, you know, quite frankly, fucking lovely, right? With that Queen of Cups there. But you feel like they misunderstand you. You feel like they don't understand you on an emotional level, or there's just simply something that is not connecting, especially with that Lovers reverse, the Two of Cups reverse. Do you feel like it's unrequited? Do you feel like they want someone else? Do you feel confused because your values don't align? You know, but I mean, you are really bent out of shape about it. I mean, I don't think that you view this person as like a bad person. I mean, the Queen of Cups is a gorgeous energy, and so I think that you have a lot of love for them, at the least, if not in love with them. But again, there's something that you guys just are not gelling on. But that's not going to stop you. That's not going to stop you. The Two of Wands and the Knight of Wands. You're trying to make a plan. You're making a plan to do something a little bit different that maybe you haven't really done with this person before, or approach them in a way that you haven't really approached someone before. And you seem to be doing it. You're definitely not showing up how you really feel. You're definitely not showing up how you feel. You're showing up in this, it almost feels like a caricature, almost like a cover for how you really feel. It's like you're hurting inside, but you're trying to show up as like optimistic and funny, and you're cracking jokes to, like, you know, soften the tension or something to that effect. Tell me more about that Three of Swords, the Six of Cups. Do you feel like this person is talking to somebody from the past? I need another one. It almost feels like it's almost like you think you're not good enough. Do you feel like this person is friend zoning you, or that you're not good enough, or do you feel like they promised something that they couldn't give you? Okay. Kind of fucking sad. This person's feelings, they feel like they need to walk away, you know? They feel like they need to walk away because I think that they feel like you've done something to make them jealous, piss them off, make them feel insecure about themselves. For some of you, this is a same-sex relationship. That's obviously not all of you. Is that Queen of Wands reverse this supposed to be this person? No. So they're walking away, or they walked away because they felt like you were like that. They felt like there's something about you where they feel like you are jealous, or you're angry with them, or there's something about your lack of confidence that is disrupting some form of peace. It's like something they feel that they can't really handle. For a lot of you, there was some kind of big discussion or um, fight at some point, and they feel like you got out of hand or something like that. Like you got out of hand, you said some things maybe you shouldn't have, or you acted from a place of insecurity, whether that's true or not. How they see you is the Seven of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles reversed. They feel like you're very critical of them. Like you pick them apart. You pick them apart, and there's some kind of concern that they feel like you have about how you appear to others, how the relationship appears to others. They feel like you're incredibly stubborn in your criticism. Again, whether this is true or not, don't know, don't give a shit. I'm just telling you what they feel, and they feel like you are constantly challenging them in some way because of your pickiness. Which they in turn feel like that's what makes it hard to move forward with you, maybe in a way that they want. But I mean, the actions that you guys seem to be taking in the near future don't really reflect that. Three of Cups, King of Cups. Told ya. They seem to be showing up as very emotionally mature. They are trying to hold space for you. They are trying to, it's interesting because you view them as the Queen of Cups and then they show up as the King of Cups, you know? So that's interesting to me. You love this person deeply. That's my opinion. And to be honest with you, it looks to me to be very mutual. I don't think that they are going to be, their emotions are going to be on some kind of Shakespearean tragedy display. You know, it's not going to be like that. It's like they're showing up very friendly. They may even act like they're putting you in the friend zone or purposely be friendly with you, but they're actually in love with you. King of Cups, Three of Cups, you know. I don't hate it, to be honest, but I'm a little sad for you because, well, you seem sad. Because there's such a tenderness to the connection from what I can see. So for the first person, look, I told you that you don't feel good enough. You are good enough. So if you are the first person I read for, it says you are good enough. Second person, adjustments are required. Okay, what adjustments? The Hierophant. This is about sticking to tradition or sticking to your morals and your values and what you want fundamentally. So, for instance, I know that I probably could never really, like, let me not say it like that. I know for a fact that I could never date somebody that supported a specific politician that I really despise, right? And it's not a matter of politics per se, it's a matter of values, right? So what is that for you? And it's telling you to stand on business when it comes to that, perhaps. For a very few of you, it may be saying that you're too close-minded or too rigid in your beliefs. Okay, for some of you. There's something that needs to change there, perhaps, okay? So that's what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you. All right, let's move on to, why did I do Gemini? I meant to do Cancer and Leo. Why did I do Gemini? We started with Cancer. I'm so sorry, Leos. I am so sorry. Okay, I apologize. Let's move on to Leo. I don't know why I went backwards like that. What the fuck? All right. What's going on, Leo? Sorry about that. Thanks for waiting. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with you and your person between February 12th through to the, what's that card that wanted to come out? The Empress wanted to come out. Okay, well, let's see. Show me Leo in their person, February 12th through to the 15th. Yeah, the 15th. Okay, and your feelings, Leo. We have the Queen of Pentacles, and their feelings, the King of Pentacles. Damn. Okay. There's still some past hangups between the two of you that I think need to be dealt with. And I think there may be something specific that's missing from the connection, or there can be some kind of doubts you guys have about being able to resolve those issues. And that's the mutual energy. So let's see. How you see this person is the Five of Pentacles. The Ten of Swords for your future actions. How they see you is the Temperance reverse. So we have Capricorn, Taurus, Sagittarius, and then we have the Fool card for their future actions. Wow, okay. I am very confused. Well, let's see, shall we? Oh my God, Lori, shut up. What's up, Lori? Good to see you, baby. All right, Queen of Pentacles in your feelings with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, some of you guys definitely have very, very strong earth placements for that to show up. This is somebody that you are either A, committed to, or you want to be committed to. I think that you feel you have a lot to offer. And from what I can see, you're probably right. I think that for the most part, you're going to be committed to this person, yes, but I also think that you're going to put yourself first a lot as well. You got to think like the Queen of Pentacles is the type of woman or man, not gender specific, to get married, but then keep like a low key bank account just in case. You know what I'm saying? Like smart girl. We love that, right? So I feel like that's kind of your MO a little bit, right? You're definitely about self-preservation to a point and protecting yourself, but you're also about commitment. And it seems like you have some level of loyalty towards this person. And I think that you're willing to offer a lot. And I also believe that you're very well aware that relationships take work. You know, even the relationship with yourself takes work. This connection will or has taken work. And I don't think that you are trying to veer or avoid that in any capacity. The Five of Pentacles for how you see this person with the Knight of Swords. All right, so this is a very specific message. You feel like this person is trying to figure out how to make more money, get more money, be more educated when it comes to finances or stocks or something regarding how to pay off debts. The Five of Pentacles can be when there's a lack of something, okay? So a lot of the times, because the Pentacle energy can talk about health or business or some level of long-term commitment that yields tangible results, it can very well be about money. Okay. You could feel like, because the Knight of Swords is seeking some level of information. Well, about what? Maybe how to get out of debt. Okay. Maybe how to make more money. For some of you, you feel like they may be, like there's something missing in their line of thinking. Can I get one more for that? The Four of Pentacles. There's a lot of pentacle energy here. So it feels like you see this as somebody who is trying to figure out their finances in some way, saving money. You may feel like this person is a little stingy at times with that Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, but I don't think that you think it's coming from like a cruel place. You know, you look at them like they're figuring it out. And for some of you, if it's not necessarily about money, it can be about health, okay? Maybe you feel like they're doing research in order to better their health. For some of you, you feel like they're communicating to you about money and or health But you could also feel, for very few of you, like this person is a little bit rigid in their thinking. Okay. But you feel like they're opening up their mind to new ideas or new information. I know that's very specific. The Ten of Swords for your future actions, Justice reverse. Oh. What's the Justice reversed? The King of Wands reversed. This person may ask something of you, Leo, and it feels like you're not really having it. So, for instance, if this person is like, oh, let's move in together, right? You're like, no, you know, or I'm not fucking doing that. But it could end up being like blown out of proportion. But the reason why you're saying no to something, from what I feel, is it is self-preservation. Justice reverse, Queen of Pentacles. It does feel like self-preservation. It feels like you are kind of putting yourself first in something, and you may feel like this person is not a good leader, or you may feel like this is somebody who's in their ego too much for you to follow what they're asking of you. I don't know if that makes sense. So, like, for instance, if this person is like, oh, I want us to move in together, and you're like, I'm not fucking doing that. You know, you don't, you're too egotistical, or you're too, like, there's something weird about that. It almost, it almost feels like you see this person as, I don't want to say inferior, but you remember earlier when I said there's something missing there? That's kind of how you feel. Like, maybe not, you know, they got a couple screws loose. Fuck, I don't know. For some of you, it could feel like you're betraying this person because you're choosing yourself, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. It's got really dark in the room. Weird. Okay. King of Pentacles in this person's feelings. The Emperor. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're gonna feel like a piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. So Leo, the King of Pentacles with the Empress, this is somebody who's very committed to you. And if I'm going to be honest with you, because you're showing up as that Queen of Pentacles, I feel like you may be the feminine in this scenario. Flip it if you need to. I don't give a shit. But this person sees you better than you see yourself. And I'm saying that because the Queen of Pentacles is great, but the Empress is all of the queens combined. She is the Queen of Swords. She is the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. She's all of it. And that's how this person sees you. They see themselves as a king, in my opinion. Okay. So not an emperor. So remember how I said that you may feel like this person is inferior? Oh, Birdie, thank you so much. Everybody hashtag Birdie. Thanks. I appreciate that so much. You are so sweet. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you so much, Birdie. I really appreciate that. Remember how I said that you may feel like this person is a little inferior to you in some aspect, right? I think that they feel that too, but it's not coming from like a dark or a like a bad place. All they know is they feel committed to you, or they want to be generous with you. This is somebody who feels like you are very beautiful or handsome, or they want you to have their babies, or you know, it's the Empress just has that very Venusian essence. It's like poetry in a person. And then there's this. Is this how they see you though? Um, all right. Well, Leo, They feel like you can be a little self-righteous sometimes. And I don't know what's going on this weekend, but they feel like you're acting a little batshit crazy. I think this has something to do with this. Okay. Because they kind of feel like you are angry about something or you're being illogical about something. Something about a belief system. Something about a belief system, or it's like they almost see you as acting holier than thou in some way, or spewing stuff without really even thinking about what you're saying. Why is this happening? The 9 of Wands reverse. They feel like you're really tired of upholding something, or you're tired of fighting, or like you're just tired. It's like the wounded warrior who kind of gave up, you know. And they may feel like you're giving in to some kind of intrusive thoughts, or you're giving into more like your lower vibration this weekend. So I don't know if that's the case. Just be cautious, just because I do see your actions and it does seem a little like ugh. I don't know, right? You better than me. This is how they're showing up. So you got the Fool and the Ace of Cups. They're like, you know what? Let's start over. For some of you, you have, for a very few of you, I'm just saying, you have betrayed this person and really fucked with their ego, okay? Or you are betraying this person. I'm not really sure. But they are still showing up in this level of like kindness or forgiveness, okay? Maybe not all of you, okay? It's just I'm reading for a lot of you, so that may not be your scenario. Take the other one. But they're like, you know what? It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It really is. Like it's okay. Let's let bygones be bygones. Let's start over. You know what I'm saying? Hi, my name is blah blah. You know, it's that kind of vibe. Advice for the first person: the answers you need are coming. What answers? The 7 of Cups to something that you were confused about before. This says full moon in Gemini. Take a look to see where you have Gemini in your whole sign natal chart, in your whole sign house of your natal chart. Because that may be where the answers are coming from or what they're about. Okay, so I don't know what that is for you. Okay, for the second person, you have a win-win outcome as forecast. So while I'm not telling you to put up with any shit, second person, what I am saying is that if you are able to level the playing field, or if you are able to come to some kind of mutual agreement or truce, I think you can get what you want and they can get what they want. Okay, that's what I have to say about that. All right, thanks a lot, Leo. All right, this was like really long-winded. I didn't mean for it to be this. Yeah, Queen of Hearts, I didn't expect it either. I totally went backwards and I did not mean to do that. So sorry about that. Thank you again to Birdie. All right, let's move on to Virgo. What's going on, Virgo, and all my earth signs? Your individual reads were posted today, so make sure that you guys check that out after this stream. See what we got here. Show me Virgo and their person, February 12th through to the 15th. In your feelings, 7 of Pentacles reversed. The Chariot reversed in their feelings. We have Cancer here. At the bottom of the deck is the World and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so clearly you guys love each other, or there's mutual action being taken in order to have some kind of closure or even elevate the relationship to the next level. Why did I hear poetry and promises? Okay, great. The Strength card for how you see this person. So Leo energy. The Moon for your future actions, Pisces. How they see you is the Hangman reverse, or in this deck, the Hanged Witch. Pisces energy again. And then the Nine of Cups for their actions. Okay. Tell me about that Seven of Pentacles reverse, the Ten of Wands. You may start to feel like you're carrying all of the weight or all of the responsibility in a connection. And you may be feeling like, okay, I don't know if I'm really getting what I want out of this. Is this really worth it? But it's like you're still there showing up. You still feel like, okay, I have a commitment to this person, or I still want to show up. I want to keep my promise or something like that. It's almost like you're not making something about you. That's what it feels like. You're not making something about you. You're making it about them. It's not about what I want, is what I'm getting. It's about what they need or something like that. And I say that because, so the Seven of Pentacles reverse, it's like when we've been investing in something for a while, but we don't really feel like we're getting something back in that moment. We're like, when is this going to pay off? And the Ten of Wands is Saturn in Sagittarius. I have Saturn in Sagittarius. Saturn in Sagittarius is like taking a lesson and being like, you know what? There was a reason. There was a reason why this happened. What did I learn from this? And taking responsibility. And the Ten of Wands is about not just taking your own sense of responsibility or taking responsibility for yourself, but taking responsibility for others that kind of count on you. And that's what I'm getting from you when it comes to this person. Wow. The Strength and the Star for how you view them. We have Aquarius here as well. I'm getting dreamer. You feel like this person is a dreamer. You have a lot of hope with them. There's passion. You feel like this is somebody who has incredible insights to life or how to accomplish your dreams. You also see them as someone who is a natural leader, somebody who is authentic. I want to say almost tragically so. Listen, if you view this as a dust bug under the rug, baby, this is not your reading. Okay? Or maybe it's reversed. I don't know, but the way that you see this person, from what I'm gathering, is somebody who maybe even has like a star quality, because you think the Strength card is Leo, right? When we think of Leo, there's so many politicians and actors, right, that are Leos. And then the star is literally like a star, right? It's like you feel like this person has some kind of quality like that. There's something about the way that you love what they share, because it like inspires you, or there's some kind of strength this weekend that you feel is shining through their vulnerability or something like that. They're being very vulnerable with you. At least that's how you see it. The Moon in your actions with the Three of Wands reverse. Again, there's some level of impatience that you have. You're like fearing that something isn't going to happen. You're fearing that they're going to say no to something. You're fearing that your plan isn't going to be put into motion. You're fearing that da 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 da. And you're taking your past and you're projecting it onto the now, okay? And maybe rightfully so, right? It's like, how else can we learn but from our past and the current moment? And so I can't really fault you for it, but there's a lot of fears that are coming up, but you seem to keep wanting to show up. I mean, how could you not? If that's how you view this person, who could actually blame you? You know what I mean? In their feelings, we have the Chariot reversed and the Eight of Wands. Ooh. This may be at a distance, or there may be a trip here, okay, for some of you. Why is the Chariot reversed, though? This is like somebody, this person loves your attention. And I don't think that they know where this is going, but they're just going. They're going anyway. They're communicating with you, or there are things that they want to tell you, but they're afraid. There's something that they want to tell you, but they're afraid. What is the thing they want to tell Virgo? The Five of Swords, the Page of Wands. I don't know. It's weird. I'm getting like a fear of things getting too deep. It's almost like they're very determined to just play light and like, I don't know. Like it's giving very like, scared. You know, they're like, I don't know. But they are trying to move forward, but there are things that they're like afraid to move forward. It's like it's almost feels like they're afraid for things to go too far. How they see you is the Hangman reverse and the Nine of Swords. Maybe they feel like you are a stress and a mess, you know? They feel like you're having a hard time surrendering to what is or what could be. So you get in your head about things and you overthink and, I mean, hello, Virgo, right? Like, I think they kind of feel bad about that. What do they feel like Virgo is stressed about? The High Priestess reverse, about a secret coming out or not being able to trust your own intuition. Stressed about this person feels like you may be suppressing things or not telling them concerns, but they can like read it or feel it from you. Their actions, the Nine of Cups and the Sun reverse. Interesting. This person seems to just be very like there's not a big hint of codependency coming from this person. I think this person is being as transparent as they want to be, but they're not letting you in on everything. And I think it's because they have some doubts. And I think a lot of those doubts come from fear. I don't know where the fear is stemming from, but they're just kind of there. They're content with where you guys are, they're content with themselves. And they don't have a whole lot of optimism, but they're choosing to be optimistic anyway. Like, basically, I don't think that they're not showing up. So for the first person, your dreams need a practical plan. So I don't know what that looks like for you. I don't know if there's some kind of better plan and that you need to put into place when it comes to you and this person. I don't know if it's about your 401k or a business, but something about your dreams. Maybe look at your Taurus whole sign house in your chart, and that may explain to you what needs a better plan. Okay. So for instance, I have Taurus in my first house, right? So maybe it's about my perspective of the world or the way that I am showing up. Do I need to be more authentic? What is the filter that I view the world from? And does that really align with what is true and what is honest and what is real? Is it something about my physical body? Do I need to take better care of my body? I mean, so whatever the Taurus house is for you in your chart. For the second person, it's telling you to be bold and make the first move. So basically it's telling you to stop being such a little bitch. No, I'm just kidding. It's telling you not to be so afraid. And go ahead and show up as your biggest, most audacious, authentic self, because there's definitely like some fiery energy coming off of you, and I feel like it's asking you to show that. It's cardinal moon energy, so it's like take initiative when it comes to how you feel. All right. Now we gotta shuffle again. I love this deck. I'm obsessed with it. I'll be over it in like 2 weeks, but right now I love it. Kismet. Are we doing Libra next? All right, Libra. What's up, Cassie? Oh my God, I haven't seen you forever. Here we go. What's going on, Libra? What's up, Ashley? Guys, keep in mind that I will be available tonight between 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for one-on-one sessions on Hipsy, okay? All right, let's see. Show me Libra and their person. Okay. So Libra, in your energy, we have the Fool. I like that. The Three of Pentacles in their feelings. Some of you may work with this person. That's not for all of you. The mutual energy, the Star reversed, and the King of Pentacles. I feel like the both of you want a higher level of commitment, or you want something more than what is, but it's like you may not have hope in it, or you may not be being very vulnerable or open about that for some reason. How you view this person, Libra. The Two of Pentacles. I feel like they're handling business, you know, going about their day. Three of Cups reversed in your actions. How they see you is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, both of you kind of. Okay. All right. I feel like you're looking good. The Knight of Cups and their actions. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Right. Tell me about that Fool for Libra's feelings. Oh. You want to leave the past behind. So whether you and this person have some bad blood, or maybe it has nothing to do with them, you're ready for a brand new beginning, a brand new adventure. You don't want to carry the baggage with you into your next chapter. You don't want to sit here and feel fucking sorry for yourself. You don't really want to focus on that. You want to move on to something new. You're ready to break free. You're ready to do something different, whether it's in this relationship or something else entirely. Maybe this is somebody new. I mean, I have no idea. And even if you have like a past with this person, you're like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to hold on to the bad blood between us anymore, or whatever it may be. So I feel like you're being very optimistic, and you're trying to move forward in a way that makes sense to you. Okay. The Two of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Double Jupiter energy. Two of Pentacles is Jupiter and Capricorn, and the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. You feel like this person, for the most part, has been a net positive in your life. I think that you feel like this person is very wise, very open, very knowledgeable, somebody who's optimistic, somebody who helps you keep the faith, you know. Maybe you feel like you and this person are a little up in the air sometimes, but you feel like overall it's been a good experience from what I gather, or it's been worth it. I almost feel like this is somebody who's been a bit of a teacher for you. I'm not saying they have teacher on their resume, but they've been like some kind of guide for you in one way or another. There's a sense of openness. I heard the word revelation. You feel like this person doesn't try to push anything, force anything. They're just kind of like happy-go-lucky, taking care of their responsibilities. You may feel like they do have quite a bit on their plate, but they're always optimistic, and they always just keep moving forward. You feel like there's something very fated about this. From now, it's only two cards, but from what I gather, you feel like this person is generally a net positive in your life. If there has been anything regarding a third party drama, lack of reconciliation, Maybe this person isn't talking to you. Maybe there are third parties, whatever it may be. You don't want anything to do with that. I mean, you are being very, like, your perspective of this person is pretty good, and the way that you feel about how you just want to move on and detach from what was that no longer serves you, you're keeping that consistent energy throughout this weekend. You seem to be very adamant about taking charge and getting things done and being the best version of yourself that you can be. And if you're in a relationship with this person, or trying to date this person, being the best person for them as well. But it's very, very much taking initiative and being very responsible. I like it. Okay. This person loves talking to you. This is somebody who loves talking to you. They feel like they could talk to you all fucking day. This is somebody who feels like you give them great insights, someone who would be even willing to collaborate with you on a project, or they just simply feel like you and them are on the same page about a lot of things that I think inspires them. There's something about when you talk to this person, they like, you do something with their mind. I don't know if you guys have like great Mercury synastry or whatever it is, but it's like you spark something in their mind. Like they learn a lot from you. They learn a lot from you, and I think it goes both ways from how they feel, at least in their feelings. They feel like you guys work really well together. I'm not mad at it. I mean, this is a really good reading. What's that 10 of swords? They feel like there was something or someone that made you second guess yourself a long time ago. And you're done with that now. They feel like you put yourself first with that 9 of pentacles. They see you as somebody who's had a bit of a glow up, or pre-emperor or pre-empress energy. Somebody who works smarter, not harder. Somebody who is trying to enjoy their life. You know, maybe you're going to the spa, maybe you're, I don't know, whatever it is. And they feel like you've earned it, you've worked for it. There may have been some kind of ending between the two of you, or some kind of betrayal that has made you a little bit apprehensive on how to move forward, but they feel like you're doing just fine because they see you as somebody who, I feel like this person really respects you. That's what I'm getting from that. Like this person respects you. Because this is Mars and Capricorn, that 3 of Pentacles. You know, there's just some level of respect. Okay, we love that. Oh, I don't think they're going anywhere, sweetie. Okay. I don't think they're going anywhere. Knight of Cups and the Tower reverse. This is somebody who is not going to let go of you anytime soon. They're like, you know, showing up with flowers. They're reciting poetry. I mean, hello, Mercury's in Pisces right now. You know what I'm saying? Venus is in Pisces. Your ruler is in Pisces, which is the place of its exaltation. And so I feel like you're just doing really good this week. I mean, this person seems to be very fond of you. Not only is there respect and inspiration or an exchange of ideas, there's also a lot of love and compassion that this person has. So they're taking action towards you this week or this weekend. Advice for the first person: you and your loved ones are safe. Okay, great. So everything's going to be fine for you. And then for the second person, it says it's time to release negativity. So I don't know what that is for you. I would check the Scorpio whole sign house in your natal chart to kind of give you an idea of where that may be. So for instance, let's say that you have Scorpio in your 6th house. And maybe saying like your habits are influencing you in a negative way, and you might need to change up or switch up the routine a little bit. Maybe you need to release some kind of negativity at your job or whatever it is. So I would look to see where you have Scorpio there, because that's the part where, that's the house where you need to release something. That's what I have for you, Libra. Thank you. And Crosswatcher. Speaking of Scorpio, let's move on to you. All right. Yo. What's going on, Scorpio? All right, let's see. Show me Scorpio and their person from February 12th through to the 15th. In your feelings, Scorpio, we have the Magician reversed, Virgo, Gemini energy. And this person's feelings, they have the Justice. We have Libra. The mutual energy between the two of you. Aw. It's a very childlike, sweet, kind of innocent. I mean, you are a Scorpio, so I'm not buying it. But it's very sweet and innocent and just very friendly and adorable. Tangible effort being put in from the both of you this weekend, it looks like to me. Someone here maybe, it almost feels like you guys are trying to give each other something. There's definitely like some kind of gift exchange is what I'm getting from that, okay? How you see this person is the world. This is Saturnian energy. So you feel like this person is either very accomplished or mature, maybe some kind of closure here. The Seven of Wands for your actions. The Six of Pentacles, yeah, there's some kind of gift giving or something. Six of Pentacles for how they see you. The Knight of Pentacles reversed for their future actions. We have Virgo energy. Why the Magician reversed in Scorpio's feelings? The Eight of Pentacles. I heard I'm working on it. I'm working on it. You feel like, I'm getting that you feel like you're not really where you need to be with that Magician reversed. And you have some doubts. I feel like it's coming more from yourself. I don't know if I can make this happen. I don't know if I can really meet the fucking unreasonable standard from this person or that this person has for me, maybe something like that. But you're willing to do it. Like you're willing to put in the work. But why is the Magician reversed? Yeah, it's self-doubt, baby. It's just a lack of confidence is really all it is. Let the work speak for itself. Like, let the work that you put in and the way that you show up speak for itself. Don't let your insecurities speak for you because it's going to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Don't let your insecurities speak for you. Stop giving them a microphone. Because a lot of you feel like just you being you is not enough. You feel like you have to work towards something. You feel like you have to be serving, doing something. I say that because this is Sun in Virgo. Virgo is usually a service-oriented sign. They always feel like they need to be fixing something or serving someone sometimes. And then if they're not doing that, then they don't feel valuable. And I feel like for some of you, that can kind of be the case. I also have Leo energy here. I don't know if I said that. This is how you're seeing this person this weekend, so I'm not mad at it. I mean, you feel like this person is showing up fully. They're giving all of it, every inch. No, I'm just kidding. That's just a bad taste. Venus and Scorpio joke, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay. I'm so sorry. So this is somebody who is offering you something of high value, in my opinion. They're coming from a very mature and grounded place from what you can see. They may be offering some level of closure, or they're trying to potentially cause or create an up-leveling in the relationship. So for instance, if you guys have been dating for a while, maybe, you know, they want to make it official or something. And you're feeling the love from this person. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but it feels very mature. Like the love feels mature. It feels very grounded. It doesn't feel like a whimsical, you know, Mercury and Pisces kind of thing. You know, like there's no hate to Mercury and Pisces, but there's something that's very grounded about it. The Seven of Wands for your actions with the Knight of Wands reverse. you're feeling intimidated, you know? It's like you're trying to show up and you're trying to maintain what you and this person have, but you're feeling a little intimidated or you don't really know how to keep their eyes on you. It's just, it's insecurity again. You be careful with that because I'm afraid that your insecurities are kind of getting the best of you here. Okay. I like this. I guess this light is bright enough. So then we have the Justice in this person's feelings with the Five of Pentacles reversed. This person may be trying to make something right with you, or if they had you blocked, or if they left you out in the cold, or whatever it is, it feels like they are doing the right thing. And I don't know what that looks like, okay? But they're trying to be as fair as possible without it costing them or even you something. And I say that because the Justice does not go and make decisions based on their own spite or bias. They make decisions, or the Justice card makes decisions based on what the truth is and what is right, not what I think is right because of my negative feelings about something. And I think that they're wanting to alleviate some kind of loss or worry between the two of you. The Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords, they know that you're stuck in your head and you're feeling insecure about what you can offer. They see it. It's like they can see right through you, you know? And I don't think that they fault you for it. I think that they have empathy, honestly. I think that they are, I do think this is a mature person to a degree. I don't know what that Knight of Pentacles reverse is in their actions, but we're going to see in a second. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. The Queen of Cups reversed. They may feel like you don't trust yourself or you don't trust them. They feel like you're allowing your emotional insecurities to get the best of you, even though they feel like you're being very generous or you're giving them something. This almost makes me feel like, okay, this is just an example. Like you're gifting them something, right? Let's say for Valentine's Day, you know, you're gifting them something and then you're like, oh, do you like it? Is it, you know, then you're thinking like, oh God, I'm stupid. Maybe it's not enough. They're going to hate it. I'm such a loser. You know, it's like, it's kind of giving those vibes a little bit. Okay. Now this is just their perspective. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the truth. The Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Moon reversed. Can I get one more? Chariot reversed. Wow. Okay. This person is being critical, but they're keeping it to themselves. What are they being critical about? The Two of Swords. They seem to be a bit uncertain on where this is going or really what to do about it. And it almost is giving me like Virgo energy, like negative Virgo vibes, just because but like polite, like they're trying to be polite. There is some kind of judgy vibe going on, but they are keeping it to themselves because they don't want to create some level of chaos or fear. Didn't expect that. Okay. So for the first person, hold your vision. So there may be something that you're very fixated on that you really want, especially on an emotional level. It's saying don't give up. For the second person, communication is key. So it's telling you to just be honest about something. It doesn't mean you have to be unkind, but there may be something that you are suppressing and you actually need to get it across or it's going to come out in a negative way later. So, you know, sometimes, you know, maybe the first person, they leave the toilet seat up a lot or something like that. And it really bothers you. And maybe you said something once, but you don't say anything anymore. It's just like every time you put the toilet seat down and you're like, ah, fuck it, I'll just keep putting it down. And then one day they don't put the cups in right in the dishwasher and you're screaming at them. And it's not really about the dishwasher, right? It's about the toilet seat. So it's like, make sure that you are being very honest. Okay. You can be kind and still be honest. So that's what I have for you, 1 and 2. Or Scorpio. let's move on to Sag. What's going on, Sag? What's going on for Sagittarius and their person from February 12th through to the 15th? Your feelings, Sagittarius, is the Hierophant reverse. We have Taurus energy. Their feelings, the Strength reverse, Leo energy. Goodness gracious. The Page of Wands and the Star reversed. You guys aren't feeling so confident in this connection, but you're not really saying anything about it. I don't really see communication. Aquarius energy. You guys aren't being very authentic to one another. It seems like you're kind of like keeping things to yourselves. Let's see. Seven of Pentacles reverse for how you see this person. The Six of Swords reverse in your actions. The King of Swords for how they see you. The Death card for their actions. All right. Tell me about the Hierophant reversed. You don't seem to want to conform to something. You may have, you may run a very tight ship when it comes to who you date or what your expectations are in a relationship. And I think I just had your individual reading about you running a tight ship. The Hierophant reversed is not usually someone who goes by a common tradition. This is usually somebody who has unconventional beliefs, or there is something very different about their morals or values that maybe is not always accepted by normal mainstream society, or maybe, you are an atheist, or maybe you like polyamory or whatever it's called, or maybe it's none of those things. Maybe you just really want things your way, especially when it comes to the way that you are showing up in your relationship. It's kind of a my way or the highway, but at the same time, you may sometimes be willing to kind of go against the grain a little bit in order to have the connection with this person, because I think that you seem to feel as though this is a very rare connection, or something that feels very different to you, something that feels uncommon, something that feels intimate, and there's a lot of connectedness between the two of you. The Seven of Pentacles reversed with the King of Wands. It definitely is giving me power struggle vibes a little bit, because you may feel like this person is very impatient and they also want things their way. You do see them as very attractive, somebody who certainly takes the lead in a lot of ways, and somebody who does want things their way. Can you tell me more about that Seven of Pentacles reverse? You feel like this person is not investing in you in the way that they have. They're offering you something new. And whatever this is, it feels good. It looks like it's hard work, but they seem to be willing to take the lead and put in the hard work in whatever this is. For a few of you, this can be about a job opportunity, okay? But I'm just hearing like, yeah, I'm willing to do that. Yeah. You feel like they're willing to. It's almost like they are, you see them as I don't want to say conforming, but they're willing to kind of do things your way a little bit, is what I'm getting with that Seven of Pentacles reverse, King of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. You will not submit, baby. You are like, I'm not doing that. And then like you get so tired of like fighting or trying to put up a front or trying to like revisit this conversation that you're like, okay, fine. You're just kind of like, you both are kind of giving in to each other is what I'm getting with this. Like they know how to kind of not play you, but they know how to get to you a little bit. Not in a bad way or a toxic way. They just know how to get you to soften a little bit. But but like they're not doing that great of a job because you're going from like bucking up against them to like from like arguing, bucking up against them. I'm not letting this go. This is how things are going to be, you know, to being like, oh, whatever, you know, I don't fucking care. To like being apathetic. So like they, you know, rubbed you down a little bit. They got you down to a little bit of a nub, you know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with you guys this weekend. The Strength reverse and the Ten of Cups. This is somebody who is either 1,000% committed to you or they're wanting that. This is not someone who's going to intend on holding back, even though they may not feel 1,000% confident anymore or anymore. Interesting. I wonder why that came out of my mouth. That was an accident. Maybe it wasn't. But like, this is somebody who, in my opinion, isn't really taking no as an answer. It feels like they're kind of, you seem to be very rebellious and they seem to charm their way through you. That makes sense. King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles for how they see you. Very matter-of-factly, very logical, very business-minded, very grounded, very this is what it's going to be and this is how it is. You know, I don't think they fault you for it. Like, you know, they feel like what you're asking for or how you're advising them or what you're saying is not totally radical. It's something that they can get down with. They may feel like you give great advice. You know, you're somebody who's very intelligent, very smart, very committed, loyal, perhaps, very good mind for business, maybe. This is actually cute. I thought I was going to hate this, but I don't for now. Let's see. The Death card, the Three of Wands reverse. What's the change that's being made? The Page of Cups. Okay. So it is true the way that you're seeing them. They are growing a bit impatient, but they are like, okay, fuck. Like, let's just do things your way. They seem to be showing up as, how are they actually trying to show up? The Five of Swords reverse. They're trying not to play games with you. They're trying not to strong arm you. I think that their way through to you is like charm and being cute. It's giving very like Leo. I don't know if you've ever dated like a Leo placement or like, I don't know. It's like a very like charming. Like they know how to make you laugh is kind of the vibe I'm getting. Advice for the first person, balance spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. Okay, so you know, if you're meditating too much and you are journaling all the time, but you're not like focused on your practical matters like working out or taking care of your routine, something needs to be balanced there. Maybe it's the opposite, okay? Or maybe it's vice versa. Okay, second person. Working hard or hardly working? I feel like your hard work is paying off. That charm is working for you in regards to this specific individual. Congratulations. Great job. So let's go ahead and move on to Capricorn now. By the way, anyone who is getting super chat questions, keep in mind that there will be timestamps. Sorry, brain fart there. All right, Capricorn. Second here. What's up, Michael? Show me Capricorn and their person from February 12th through to the 15th. Your feelings, 7 of Cups. I heard I don't know what I don't know. Okay. Maybe you feel a little in the dark. Person, 7 of Swords, 2 sevens. Eight of Cups for how you view them. Oops, no, I'm sorry. This is the mutual energy. 4 Wands and the 8 of Cups. I feel like you guys don't know if you're walking away or you're making this a thing. How you see this person is the 10 of Pentacles. Your future actions, the 2 of Cups reversed. How this person sees you is the 9 of Wands. Their future actions, the Empress. Okay. By the 7 of Cups. Capricorn's feeling. You don't really know what to say. You don't really know how to move forward. You don't really know what's what. For some of you, you feel like you don't know if you're ever going to get a response from this person. You know, there could be a lot of like fantasy in your mind about what could be, but you don't want to force it. You know, it just feels like more of a fantasy than a reality for some reason. I guess we'll find out why. Tell me about that 10 of Pentacles. Some of you feel like this person is already in a relationship. You may feel like this is somebody that you could have everything with. You see them as responsible or incredibly accountable for who they are, where they're going, where they have been, whatever it is, and making decisions that is very focused on long-term, longevity. This is somebody that you see as inspiring, in my opinion, or they bring something back up in you that you once thought was lost. That's interesting. This is like, when you see someone as the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles is everything you could ever want in a person, you know, within reason. And that's like how you see them. But I feel like there's no communication, or you feel like this is just a fantasy or something. Okay. Or maybe you don't really know what to say or how to even communicate to this person. Some of you, maybe it's that you have a lot of options and you don't really know what to do. But I mean, the way that you're viewing them is pretty good. Maybe this is somebody you've had a separation with and you want to reconcile with. This is just a lot of like reminiscing and nostalgia, but I don't really know if you're actually connecting with them. I think that you feel like what you're attempting to give is misunderstood. This is a weird reading. Why the Two of Cups reversed? The Five of Wands. You feel like this person is taking something that you're trying to give, and you feel like they're taking offense to it, or you feel like they're misunderstanding you. Seven of Swords and their feelings with the Ten of Wands reversed. They're trying to avoid this or something. They like feel like this is a burden, or, you know, this is more than I can handle, or I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. It's like they're avoiding it. Why do they think this is a burden? The Ace of Wands? Because they're attracted to you. There's some kind of sexual attraction. What? What the fuck is this, Capricorn? Why the Nine of Wands for how this person views Capricorn? Six of Wands reverse. This person does see you as somebody who, like, man, this is a really strange reading. Like, the Nine of Wands and the Six of Wands reverse is somebody who fights a lot of battles that people don't really see, or they fight a lot of battles they don't really get recognition for. And it's like they don't even feel like that's what you're looking for. Like, you're fighting for something and you're not looking for applause or looking for somebody to pat you on the head and tell you you've been a good boy or a good girl, or I feel like they respect that though. And they may feel like you're not really like trying to put too much attention on yourself. You just seem very, tell me about that Empress and the Queen of Swords. For some of you, this person may be exploring their options. What action are they actually taking towards Capricorn? The Four of Cups. They're like rejecting this. Why? The Hermit. Is this Empress that person? Yes. So you're the Empress to this person. But look, we have another Queen here. I feel like this person is talking to a lot of people. But this is their actual like action towards you. It's almost like they're turning their nose up at you. I'm getting like this person feels like a little bit of a hater. Like they're a little bit of a hater. Like, oh, whatever. That's not good enough for me. But I asked how they see you, and I got the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is the hardest working page in the deck. It's somebody who has a lot to offer. So that's really weird. I feel like this person's a little bit of a hater, kind of. Sorry. Okay, you have a new start is coming. So if you're the first person, what is the new start about? The Three of Swords. Can I get more on that, please? The High Priestess reverse. Something is going to propel you forward. Something is going to bring new energy into your life. but only after there's a realization of something. There's a realization you should have trusted yourself, or some kind of truth is like shown to you that may be hurtful. The second person, work through your fears. What's the fear? The Knight of Swords. You may have a second person, you may have some fear of talking to the first person. You may have some fear of finding something out about the first person. There can be something about writing here, writing or education. I don't know why I'm getting that. But it's telling you to go in with a curiosity and a thirst for knowledge with something. All right, I'm moving on from this. Thank you. All right. Righty. What's up, girl? All right. All right. I kind of got a pee. I'm not gonna lie. What's a holder? What is a holder? All right, let's move on to Aquarius. Oh, it looks like we have to shuffle our cards again. All right. All right, guys, hold on. I went ahead and hid Michael because I don't know who the fuck his friend is, and I don't know why you would recommend some cryptic ass song like Pink Moon by Nick, whoever the fuck it is. I just blocked that guy. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Pink Moon is coming for you all. Fuck your Pink Moon, bitch. Why would he leave some weird ass message like that? Anyway. All right, let's do this. I went to go look at the lyrics. Oh, I was supposed to pass this on. Pink Moon by Nick Drake, 70s music. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I went and read the lyrics. It's all doom and gloom and weird and threatening. Get the hell out of here. What's up, girl? All right. Let's move on. Next up is Aquarius. Oh, Helder. Oh, it's like, what's a holder? All right, let's see. Because he's dumb and cryptic. Yeah, that was weird. I didn't do shit to anybody, honey. Coming in here. All right, let's see here. All right, Aquarius, you are up. Like, tell your friend to come on their own account. I didn't do shit to anybody, honey. All right, the moon reversed, Aquarius, in your feelings. The 9 of Swords and their feelings. Oh, Jesus. The mutual energy between the two of you, the Knight of Swords reverse and the Justice. I'm getting more of like kind of a passive energy, but trying to do what's right. This isn't really like a... Doesn't feel like you guys are really talking, or you're not saying what you really want to say. It feels like you're just doing the right thing. It feels more acting instead of talking. I don't know if I can explain that right. The 4 of Wands for how you see this person, Aquarius. The 2 of Pentacles for your actions. The way this person sees you is the Temperance. Okay. And the Strength card for their actions. We have Sagittarius and Leo here. We also have Pisces. Tell me the moon reversed. The 4 of Pentacles. You're keeping your feelings to yourself. It seems to be out of a sense of self-preservation or caution. You may also have some fears that you're trying to keep to yourself as well. Why is that? The 5 of Cups, because you're afraid that you're gonna regret it if you're honest about how you feel around something. And so this is a very cautious, held back kind of energy, because you're afraid you're gonna say something that you're gonna regret, or maybe it's also about the past, where you're like, well, I don't want to bring up the past, or you know, because you may be afraid of that you're going to take too much of a risk and chance like losing this person or losing something that you built with them, maybe. How you see this person is the 4 of Wands with the Sun reverse. It's like this energy where, and I'm not saying that this is what it is, but it's almost like this energy where you're seeing them at a party and they're being very friendly and they're like, yeah, you know, doing shots or whatever, right? Whatever it may be. But they're not really, you feel like it's coming from a place of insecurity, almost as if it's a show, like it's pretend. Like, oh yeah, I'm doing fine. Ha 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 ha. You know, like I'm and like, you know, they go in the bathroom and they're crying or something like that. And it's almost like that saying the loudest in the room is not the most confident in the room. Talking about that 2 of Pentacles. You're just like, it feels like you're just minding your business. You're going about your P's and Q's. You're just trying to be responsible. You may feel like you have a lot on your plate, especially when you combine something like the 2 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. It's like having a lot on your plate, having a lot of responsibilities. I don't know. This is kind of like a weird, cryptic kind of reading. I don't know. You don't really seem to be like, you're just kind of, it's almost like we're just playing pretend here. Like there's an elephant in the room and we're just like, oh, well, you know, we're all just going to ignore it. The 9 of Swords in their feelings. There was a conversation that the two of you have had, or that the two of you are having this weekend, that may be very concerning to them. Why? The Eight of Swords reversed, something around a decision that you're making. They may be concerned you're not stuck on them, or concerned about them, or stuck on them anymore. And it's like, I think that they feel like they know the truth, but a lot of their truth is wrapped in insecurities or fears. And they do want to talk to you. It's like you both have these things that you're kind of like suppressing. I mean, they feel like you're just happy-go-lucky, very patient, doing your own thing, having new adventures, having a new start. They see you as somebody who's very wise. You don't take shortcuts. You know, you try to do the right thing. I don't know. This is a very weird reading. Because it feels like the way you're seeing them is like they're kind of putting on a show or pretending something a little bit. The Strength and the Seven of Cups. This is somebody who is kind of standing in their power, because they may feel like they're not really seeing something about you clearly, or about the connection clearly. And so they're trying to understand what their options are in regards to the two of you. But they are holding back as of right now. They're not trying to, like, from what I can see with their future actions, like next week or whatever it may be, they're not trying to show that they're, oh, I know exactly what I want, or I know exactly who I am, or I have all these options, I don't care about you. Like they're just very, a little stoic, but also there's a lot of confusion as well. But what? The Judgment reversed, about the past, about whether or not you guys are going to reconcile, or whether you guys are going to talk about the fucking elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room. Wow, so you have your own card, New Moon in Aquarius, bring love into the situation. Well, on February 17th, there is going to be a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. So maybe you have to see where that's happening for you, but maybe something happens around there. We're pretty close to it. So it's asking you to, within reason, be as loving as you can. Maybe just be a friend to this person, or just, it's just asking you to be kind. I don't think that you're going to be anything otherwise, but that's just what it's telling you. For the second person, emotions are running high. Okay, well, what do you want them to do about it? The fuck? The Queen of Wands reversed. Be very cautious, because you may find yourself anxious, second person, or you may find yourself jealous or upset, or feeling very impulsive in some way, shape, or form. And so it's just trying to ask you to try to remain as confident as you can, and compose, which is kind of what I see you doing anyway. So basically, Aquarius and Crosswatcher, just feels like you guys are ignoring a big elephant in the room. That's what it looks like to me. Kind of awkward. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. All right. And I got to be honest with you, I really got to pee. Okay. So give me just a second. What's up, Anika? What's up, Karmic Karen? All right. I've seriously had to pee since like freaking Scorpio. Okay. This. All right, guys. BRB. on, guys. I just gotta grab some water. Yes, I'm in my PJs. All right. Oh my God, no. Please don't buy that shitty ass book, Aubrey. God, but thank you. Are you writing a new one? I write a million things and I never finish them, honestly. I'm really bad. I think I might have ADHD or something. I just have like a million different little projects and I just never finish any of them. It really sucks. I probably need medication, honestly. All right, let's see here. All right. Let's move on to Pisces. What's going on, Pisces? What's up, babe? Follow through. The world needs your viewpoint. Well, it's really hard because a lot of my energy goes into tarot, to be honest. And so I have to make money, you know what I'm saying? And so like a lot of my energy just at the end of the day is just like I don't want to do anything but like read somebody else's writing or read somebody else's books or whatever. And I just don't have a lot of energy to write, to be real with you. Money. All right. Show me Pisces in their person. Two of Swords, Pisces in your feelings. Getting a little bit of an uncertainty here. Knight of Cups in theirs. The mutual energy between the two of you. Four of Cups, the Eight of Cups. I think that some of you guys are on the verge of walking away. I think that one person feels a bit rejected here. I think the other person feels like something may be an illusion. I feel like that's the first person. The Knight of Pentacles reverse for how you see them. The Ace of Cups reversed for your actions. How they see you is the Ten of Swords. And then their actions, the Five of Wands reversed. Yikes. Aubrey, thank you so much. I love you. Tell me about the Two of Swords, the Four of Swords. Oh. It's very much giving like you are attempting to keep your distance, trying to keep your emotions out of it. This is sword energy, not cup energy. Excuse me. Which makes me feel like you are trying to detach from your feelings a little bit, but I only feel like that's because you're attempting to protect yourself, or you're still kind of healing from something that has already occurred. It's definitely kind of like an isolating energy. How you view this person, the Knight of Pentacles reverse, the Six of Pentacles reverse. You know that saying, beggars can't be choosers? You may feel like this is a beggar who's also attempting to be a chooser, which I really hate to say that, but you feel like they're taking advantage of you and taking more than they give and then turning around and criticizing you about it, or really caring about what everybody thinks. And so they give less because maybe they're worried that, I don't know, if this is a man, their boys are afraid of looking at them like a simp or something stupid like that, whatever it may be. You may feel like this person is financially unstable as well. Jesus. Ace of Cups reverse, the Star reverse. I mean, you are too drained to be vulnerable, in my opinion. And now this energy makes a lot more sense, because if you're kind of avoiding this, you're just trying to or be alone. Honestly, it feels like you just want to be alone. Like, how could you possibly have energy to open up and be vulnerable and be sweet and pour into another person? So it feels like you're kind of shutting down because there's probably a lack of healing within the connection. I think that you're healing on an individual level, but within the connection there's a lack of healing, which then in turn bleeds into a lack of hope. Their feelings, the Knight of Cups and the Empress reversed. Is that Empress reverse the first person? Yes. This is somebody who feels like you are a bit controlling, or you have self-esteem or self-worth issues, but they still want to show up. Like, they still want to show up, romance you, kind of sweep you off your feet kind of thing. Some of you have a family with this person or children with them, or there's been a relationship, they want a relationship, whatever it is, and they want to take action towards you despite them feeling like you have these insecurities, or you are controlling, or whatever their perspective is. Because that Ten of Swords is how they see you. If there was some kind of reconciliation planned, I don't think that they feel like you're going to engage with that. I think they're looking at you like you feel betrayed, especially because you're the one with the Four of Swords in your feelings. So there is probably some level of betrayal that you feel. And if there was some kind of like, I don't know, trip you guys were supposed to go on, or you guys were supposed to see each other, they feel like you're not feeling that. And even if you are, you're definitely going to let them know about it. Because the Ten of Swords is an overkill. It's somebody who feels like, God, that was a lot. I just real that was so unnecessary. You know, something to that effect. Their actions, Five of Wands reversed, the Three of Swords reversed. I'm almost getting this energy of acting like nothing happened. Can I get one more for that? The Three of Pentacles, yeah. Oh, hey, how you doing? You know, even if you guys have been married for 10 years, they're walking by you in the kitchen, and even though maybe they like cheated on you or something, right? They're like pinching your butt while you're walking by, or they're like, you know, you want to go for a cup of coffee today? It's like, are you dumb? You know, or whatever it is. What is my mic doing? Is there something wrong with my mic? No. Is there something wrong with my mic? Somebody tell me. Your mic is fine. Okay, maybe try to refresh AMK. So for the first person, we have believe in the impossible. Okay, well, I don't know what that means for you. Maybe you have a specific audio is cutting out. Wonderful. That's just great. Okay, hello. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why I just all of a sudden decided to do that. So two people are saying my audio is cutting out and one isn't. Okay, so believe in the impossible for the first person. Okay, so there's something that you want. There's something that you want that you feel like maybe you can't have. You can, but it's about making the right choices and having the faith, quite honestly, whether it's with this person or something else entirely. So for the second person, you have it's time to take action. Okay, so there's something that you're needing to do where you need to take initiative. You need to take initiative in your life. You need to do something about something. You need to do something about it, whatever that may be. So this isn't about like waiting around and hoping that things work out. This is about taking initiative for the second person. Seems to be good now. Okay. All right, let's move on to Aries. Aries. You're welcome, peaceful Pisces. Show me Aries. What's going on between Aries and their person? The Wheel of Fortune and your feelings. Okay. The Page of Wands reversed in theirs. The mutual energy between the two of you. The Five of Swords reversed, and well, I said the broom. That's what the Death card is here. The Death card reversed. It almost feels like you guys don't really want to bring something up. You seem to be going with the flow. They don't seem to be too confident in regards to where this is going. It feels like neither of you want to play games with one another, but also neither. Who is fucking texting me? This is so annoying. I'm getting pissed. Neither of you guys want to play games with one another, but also you guys both don't want to budge on something, is what I'm getting off of that. How you see this person is the Queen of Swords, Libra energy, Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That's for your actions. Okay. Okay. The Two of Cups for how they see you. The Six of Cups reversed in their actions. Okay. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Knight of Wands reversed. Sagittarius energy. This is quite the Jupiterian flair here. I think you're at a point, or you were at a point, where you didn't feel so confident in regards to where this was going. You may have lacked direction, didn't really have a plan. Maybe you don't even have a plan now, per se. But right now, kind of what you're doing is like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to force something, I'm not going to worry about it too much. You're just kind of going with the flow of things, in my opinion. You're learning your lessons. You're trying not to repeat cycles. I personally like it. The Queen of Swords for how you see this person with the Hierophant. Now, this person, okay, Taurus, Libra energy, very Venusian. You see this as someone who's going to speak their mind. Very much going to speak out about what their morals and their values are. Somebody who may be a wifey type to you or a husband type to you. Somebody who may have very specific religious or spiritual beliefs or just beliefs in general. You feel like this is somebody who sticks to their values and is not afraid to discuss them and speak out about them. It's a very grounded, mentally grounded person. This is a very vocal person about what they believe in and very adamant about it. So if this person has specific political beliefs, they're going to voice those and they're not going to be afraid to do so. At least that's how you see them anyway. Okay. The Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands, for some of you, you may be at a distance from this person. You may be planning to take a trip or to go see them. You are communicating to them and with them about some kind of effort that you're attempting to put in. You're asking a lot of questions, and I feel like it's in good faith. I feel like you have really good intentions because you're attempting to put in an effort and move things forward, is what it feels like. And it's not like you're just talking, like you're actually showing up, doing what you say you're going to do, etc. I really like this reading so far. Oh my. This person is not so optimistic. Page of Wands reverse and the Devil. This is somebody who is who allows their fears or their negative thinking to maybe affect their feelings, affect their actions, inactions. So this may be, tell me about that Devil. The High Priestess reverse. This is somebody who may sometimes suppress their own potential through procrastination or their lack of confidence. I heard perfectionism. Okay. Something about perfectionism here. And they have a hard time trusting themselves as well. Like they have a really hard time trusting their inner voice. And so what happens with this person is they end up like trusting influencers or trusting other people's opinions or decision-making abilities instead of their own, which then in turn breaks down the relationship that they have with themselves, where they end up not trusting themselves at all. And that's where the lack of confidence comes from. That's very specific. Two of Cups and the Six of Swords. This person feels like you're bringing them peace and some sense of resolve. Like they feel like you're a great listener, or you're showing up, you're being very kind and nurturing and sweet and loving, and they see you as a soulmate. They see you as somebody that understands them, or even if you don't, you try to. And so they feel like you are kind of submitting to your own feelings in a healthy, positive way. So there is connection here. I don't really feel, I mean, this person's feelings are a little, out of pocket or out of the ordinary, but why? I feel like this person wants more. Queen of Pentacles. I feel like they want more. I don't know if it's from you or just in regards to their life, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Page of Wands reverse and the Six of Cups reverse with the Four of Cups is like somebody who's being a little bit of a brat or maybe a little ungrateful, maybe holding a bit of a grudge, can't really let it go. So they don't really feel like they can open up all the time, or it just seems like they're not really happy with where things are going. Why is that? Can I get one more? The Knight of Swords reverse. They may feel like you're taking on too much of a passive role, or they're just naturally very triggered by your guys' conversation. What could this person do differently to make this person happy? The Justice, to make something right or do the right thing. Not saying you're not doing that, but that's what it says. Or there's a higher level of commitment that they want, I think. Advice for the first person: don't let your past hold you back. So I don't know what your past is. I don't know how that's inhibiting you in some way, but it's telling you not to let it hold you back. Second person: a time for healing. Well, based on what I'm seeing, that's probably correct. Okay, so last but not least, we have Taurus. All right. Hey, what's up? What's up, rockin'? All right. I feel like this is a little blurred. Damn, I made it worse. There we go. All right. Taurus, 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 Taurus. What's going on, Taurus? Show me Taurus and their person between February 12th through to the 15th. In your feelings, Taurus, the world reversed, and there's the death reversed. So somewhat similar ish. Magician reversed and the Ace of Pentacles. That's the mutual energy. So it's like you guys are trying to manifest a new opportunity between the both of you, but you feel like it's not working out, or a lot of self-doubt is kind of creeping in, or you may feel like you guys don't have a tangible enough foundation to kind of lean on in regards to the connection to make something happen in the way that you want. How you see them is the Seven of Swords reversed, the King of Pentacles for your actions, the Page of Cups for how they see you. We have Taurus, we have Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Cancer again, the Chariot for their actions. Okay. Tell me about that world reverse, please. The Lovers. This is definitely a past connection. You feel unfinished business with them, and maybe even a lack of closure regarding some pretty important matters, something that you feel like you decided upon or need to make a decision upon. It feels like before the relationship can really move forward or progress or elevate or evolve, um something needs to be closed out. Like something that's been kind of hanging over the both of y'all's heads for a while. It feels like something needs to be discussed, closed out. I definitely think that you love this person or you care about them very deeply at the least. You feel like this is a rarity, you know, the way that you feel about them. And I think that you're trying to make the best decisions that you can with the information that you have or with what you're trying to do. It's giving like love of my life energy, you know? Mm. Seven of Swords reverse and the Five of Pentacles. You may feel like this person is guilty of something that they're not telling you. You may feel like they feel guilty about like leaving you out, or they feel guilty about why you blocked them maybe, or they may be being very honest with you. You see them as being honest with you this weekend about a financial or health situation or something that's making them feel out of place, abandoned, a little lackluster. So, for instance, they can be like, hey, you know, it can be something really simple. You could see them this weekend saying something like, hey, I really wish that we could hang out more and I'm not really feeling prioritized by you, or something like that. So they're just being very honest. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles reverse. There may be something financially that this person is having an issue with. Okay. Could be finances for sure. King of Pentacles for your actions with the Six of Wands reverse. It's like you're showing up and you're doing what you're supposed to do without begging for a reward or acting like you have some level of entitlement because you're doing what you feel like you need to be doing in a relationship or in a connection. Because it feels like you're being very responsible and you are being very generous with your time and your energy, and you're not looking for some big pat on the back or, oh wow, you're doing such a great job, you know, like you're just doing what you're supposed to be doing. I like it. This person's feelings, death reversed and the Ace of Wands reversed. They basically feel like, again, kind of similar to you in a way, but just a bit different. They feel like something is holding the relationship back, something that needs to change or evolve. Um, is delaying the process of you guys like basically getting your shit together or getting the show on the road or elevating the connection, whatever it may be. So, what is this thing? The Five of Swords reverse. There could have been some mind games in the past or some kind of tit for tat energy between the two of you that just ended up being very toxic. And they're kind of like, okay, well, you know, it's hard for me to be turned on with this still kind of hanging over our heads, or it's hard for me to be motivated to continue this connection when this has happened and we haven't really talked about it, or whatever it is. So I feel like they're being very transparent with you about that this weekend. Maybe there can be a confession, how they see you, the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords. That's sweet. So they just feel like you're being open. You're being very honest, forgiving, or maybe asking for forgiveness, or just being very open-minded and curious about them. It feels new, but it doesn't. I mean, it's a sweet energy. It's almost like they see you as somebody trying to learn how to love them, if that makes sense. Oh God, my freaking shoulder is starting to bother me again. I thought I was gonna get away with it. This freaking reading. Their actions, Chariot with the Nine of Cups reversed. They don't feel content, but they are going to do something about it. What's the actual action towards this first person? The Seven of Wands reverse. It doesn't feel like they're really maintaining what is. It seems like they want something else. Like they want something better or more evolved. I'm not saying they're going to another person or anything like that, but they're having the courage to be like, yeah, this isn't like, I don't like this, or like, this isn't working for me. And I feel like they're just kind of they're trying to let down their defenses and be courageous enough to like be honest with you about like, this isn't working for me or something like that. They want your honesty. Like they want to have an honest talk with you about something. I don't feel like they're leaving you or whatever, but they are being honest about like wanting more. And that's kind of how you're seeing them anyway. Like wanting more of something. Advice for the first person, don't let pride get in your way. All right, there you go. For the second person, you have a new romantic cycle begins. King of Wands. Okay. Remember how I said it feels new, but it's not? I feel like that's what's going on. I feel like the masculine is taking the lead in this situation and is very confident in doing so. And I feel like there's a new beginning within the already developed connection. That's what that looks like to me. So, what are you asking this person to do? The Eight of Pentacles reverse. It's telling you got to put the work in, or it's telling you to raise your standard. But I don't feel like that. It feels like it's telling you to put the work in. Doing the same thing over and over again is not going to work. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Taurus and Crosswatcher. Thank you. Let's move on to super chat questions. What? Okay, number one. Funny. All right, let's see. Is this person a good guy? I don't think they're evil. Knight of Pentacles reverse and the Seven of Cups. I think this person is can be pretty critical, care a little bit too much about what other people think, and sometimes be delusional about how other people view them. Do I think that they're a bad person? No, but I think that can be annoying for somebody. Let's see. Would number one be able to get over the age gap? Yeah, I think you would probably end up falling in love with this person. I do. To be honest with you. Okay. Would it be worth it? Eh. The moon, I think you're gonna have to trust yourself in this connection. The moon is a maybe. It depends on how you go about it. Just like I think with mostly everything else. Okay. Thanks a lot, number one. Number two. Okay, will she ever stop her aggressive behavior for my number two here? No, if I'm going to be honest with you, the Nine of Cups reverse and the Eight of Pentacles reverse is somebody who's essentially not content with themselves, so they try to ruin somebody else's reputation. The Eight of Pentacles reverse can be like somebody who's trying to ruin somebody else's reputation, but it really doesn't have a whole lot to do with you as it does more to do with herself and how she feels about herself. The Nine of Cups is when we're not content with ourselves in our own lives. Sometimes it can lean towards somebody who has a deep level of codependency with people as well. Why is she doing this? The Queen of Cups, Cancer energy. You may have somebody or be with somebody that she's in love with, or she just feels like you're a very sensitive, intuitive, beautiful person, and she may, for some reason, find the need to destroy that or try to ruin that. Will she receive her karma? It will end up being that other people do not agree with her or end up not really being on the same page as her, especially at work, which is probably going to cause her a lot more burdens. So she may feel like she's causing you a lot of problems, but in turn, it's going to backfire. Four of Cups, and she's going to end up just disappointing herself and others, quite frankly. Your advice for this is your commitment is being tested. So your commitment is being tested towards something. If I'm going to be honest with you, where it says first quarter moon, I feel like this is going to take a while before she does get her karma. It will happen, and it's going to be pretty damn difficult on her. But your commitment may be tested to your job, to your boundaries. This is trying to unfortunately teach you something the hard way. So I'm not sure what that is. But thank you, number two. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm sorry. Okay. Are they going to be able to repair their family with number three? The Emperor and the Six of Cups. Let me put it like this. This is a pretty good card because it is somebody who's willing to take responsibility and really show up. So I do feel like the masculine with that Emperor there is going to show up and take care of responsibility. And with the Six of Cups, there's a gift being given. So I think to an extent, yes. Do I know if it's going to be long term and forever? It's really hard to say, but I do feel like this is somebody who will take responsibility, especially because of the love that they do have for you and because, well, they're just going to try to put their petty feelings aside or whatever it may be and show up like you need them to show up. Where does this end up? What's the outcome between the two? The Temperance reverse and the Page of Swords reverse. Like I said, I don't necessarily know if it's going to end up where you want it to. It feels pretty imbalanced. It feels like there's a lot of assumptions being made, potential manipulations at some points, a lack of information being shared, information being withheld a little bit, you know, trying to take shortcuts into the connection and instead of really wholeheartedly doing what you're supposed to do. So I think that you guys will end up getting very impatient with one another. And you know, there can be some bad blood here at some point. Initially, I feel like he's gonna show up and try to be responsible. I am gonna pull an advice message for you. The Chariot reverse. It's telling you to not be afraid, which I know is easier said than done. Don't try to force this, because it's going to backfire and it may end up causing you a lot more chaos than you're mentally prepared for, if I'm going to be 1,000% honest with you. Okay, easier said than done, right? Thanks a lot, number 3. Best of luck to you, obviously. Number 4. Okay, what's coming towards number 4 in the last half of the month in love? Page of Cups. It can be a brand new person, or this can be somebody who is apologizing. It's a very watery energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Ooh, Page of Wands. You may have a couple of different options if that's something that you're interested in. We also have fire sign here. It feels like you have a couple of different options if you're willing. The Justice, but it's going to require that you make a decision. If this is not necessarily about new connections, although I definitely think it can be, then this can be somebody who's attempting to reach a new height in regards to their connection with you. So maybe some higher level of commitment. So for instance, even if it is somebody new, right? Which the pages can be new energy, as can the pentacle energy, not the pentacle energy, the aces energies, okay? And it may be that somebody is going to end up wanting to commit to you a little bit sooner than maybe you had anticipated, or it can be that somebody is attempting to make something right with you. Show me more. The 3 of Wands. Okay. The 9 of Wands. And the 5 of Cups. Somebody from the past may kind of come back around. Maybe somebody that you've been waiting for. They may try to fight for this. This is definitely past energy with that 5 of Cups. I would also be cautious because I think that there are new people coming in if that's something that is applicable to you. But you may end up allowing your past to determine the present moment or the future. So, for instance, maybe you had a really bad breakup before and maybe you got cheated on or something like that, and you may end up or finding yourself projecting that past situation onto the present and not really giving somebody a chance. Because the Page of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Justice looks pretty solid to me. You know, it's somebody who is very vibrant, exciting. It could be somebody who's a little bit younger than you, maybe, but it's somebody who's trying to do the right thing, from what I gather. Show the world the real you. That's your advice for your love life for the end of this month. So it's telling you to be as authentic as possible, okay? Because that's when you're really going to attract someone who is genuinely. Thank you, number 4. What's up, Taylor? Oh my God, my freaking shoulder hurts so bad. I need a massage so bad. All right, number 5. Okay, let me see. The 10 of Pentacles. What's going on with that? The Wheel of Fortune. Damn, girl. First of all, you may end up coming into some money here. But the 10 of Pentacles is usually somebody who's thinking long term. They're like, you know what? Let's move this thing forward. So if you're looking for something long term, if you're looking for this person to show up and potentially be more responsible, I think it can certainly happen. What are their true intentions? The 4 of Swords reverse, the King of Swords reverse. I don't feel like they're telling you the full story, because it's like on one hand, they're showing up as really optimistic, trying to move things forward, thinking about long-term commitment, longevity, etc., things like that. But their true intentions, I don't know if they're really willing to heal something at the root. I don't know if they're really willing to be 1,000% honest. It feels like they may be kind of trying to gaslight you about a situation or not tell you the full Monty about a situation you guys have been in. So I'd be careful with that. Appearances can be deceiving. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, number 5. Good to see you as always. Number 6. Okay. All right. So for number 6, will you guys find your way back to each other and reconcile? Let me see. 10 of Cups. Yep. The 10 of Swords reversed. I think yes. I think you guys just have to be cautious of bringing the past into the present moment, like carrying your baggage with you, carrying grudges or anything like that into the connection. I do think it can end up being something quite beautiful, but the past may kind of rear its ugly head and end up being quite draining. So, around when will this happen? The 2 of Pentacles. Hold on, let me pull up my little cheat sheet here. I mean, to be honest with you, the Pentacles energy can be like years, okay? If we're being super about it. But 2 of Pentacles is Jupiter in Capricorn. So it can be Capricorn season. It may be telling you 2 years, or hold on. Here we go. Here's my little thing. Like for when it fully comes together, you know what I'm saying? So the 2 of Pentacles is December 22nd through to the 30th. So it's either 2 years or it's going to be in December. So you have to use your intuition on that one to kind of, I mean, you know him better than me. You know the 2 of you better than I do. And then let's see the other one that you asked. Okay, let me see. What does love look like for number 6 in the future? The 4 of Pentacles. Okay. The Hermit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not getting a whole lot of love energy. It almost feels like a sense of I don't belong. 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands reverse, the Hermit. There's definitely a level of self-preservation. If this is somebody specifically, it's giving like Capricorn, Virgo vibes, specifically Virgo with that Hermit energy there. This can be a Virgo, but it feels like if this in fact is love, it feels like this person is not really taking a big risk. There's a fear of creating some kind of drama or conflict in their life, specifically between the 2 of you. So they're trying to listen to their inner wisdom and their inner voice when it comes to the connection. How does she meet this person? King of Pentacles, it can be through work or some kind of business venture or health venture. So, for instance, let's say that your boss, I don't know, maybe you're a notary, okay, and you help people stamp their documents and you go to their house. It's something my mom does. And your boss gives you a job, you go meet somebody, they end up being your client. That can be how you meet them, right? It can be through work or some kind of business or deal, and potentially health as well, because pentacle energy can represent health in that way. Okay. Who is this person? It feels very earthy. Who is this person? The Seven of Swords reverse. Somebody who's very self-focused. Very self-focused. The Four of Pentacles, the Five of Wands reverse, the Hermit is somebody who's a little conservative in their demeanor, somebody who's quite held back, and very self-focused. The Seven of Swords reverse is not always, I feel guilty, I have a guilty conscience. It can be somebody who's focused on self, kind of out for themselves a little bit. I don't feel like they're a bad person. They just seem like a very, like an introvert is the best way I can say that. Your advice, a personal issue reaches a resolution. Okay, so you know, if there is some kind of issue here coming up, I feel like it will reach some level of resolution. And I feel like you can kind of lean into that and feel comforted in knowing that. Thank you, number 6. Alrighty. Number 7. Sure. All right, love that. Let's see. You're definitely in an energy of like you're done defending yourself. You're done defending yourself. You're done trying to like maintain friendships or jobs or projects or just any kind of relationship in your life that is making you feel like shit about yourself or something that you just don't really feel like is worth to maintain. You seem to be getting a lot of recognition. You seem to be getting a lot of notoriety, or maybe you're getting a promotion, or maybe you're getting a lot of hits on Tinder, or you know, maybe the YouTube video that you posted is getting a lot of attention in some way, shape, or form. And I think that you're feeling pretty confident. It feels like a lot of eyes are on you within the next month, and I don't even really feel like you have to do much to do it. So I don't know. You know what I would look at? I would see where Venus is transiting in your chart. That might be where you're kind of getting some attention, or maybe where the sun is. It kind of give you an idea. Because I feel like you're done pouring into something or trying to defend someone or defend yourself, or it's just like pure aura, baby, you know? Okay. What's coming towards her that she can look forward to in a positive way? The Eight of Cups. Someone may be walking away from something to walk towards you. Tell me more about the Hangman. You have somebody here who wants your perspective on something. The Tower. Someone is giving you a reset or a restart. Because I'm like, okay, what's coming towards her? The Eight of Cups. This can be somebody who's walked away before, or it can be somebody who's walking away from one thing to walk towards you. And it seems like they're interested in getting your perspective on something or making some kind of sacrifice in order to help you make a change in your life. What is this change about? The devil energy. Wow. I mean, that can be a lot of different things. If you feel like you've been chained to something, stuck to something, fearing someone, feeling like you can't get away from a mindset or a certain financial situation, there's somebody who's coming here to help you, to help like alleviate that. I have Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn. You're getting a love offer. Um, you may have kind of lost hope in regards to love or creativity, music, art, something like that. This can be where someone reinstills that in you. So, for instance, like I had a really hard time writing poetry for a long time. I was having some issues with that. And then I came across this poet who ended up inspiring me so freaking much. And I ended up just like taking off and just like writing a bunch of shit. It was awesome, you know? Or maybe somebody's doing that in regards to love. But it's something that you've lost faith in for a while, or it's something that can end up being very healing for you, despite the fact that you've lost hope in that particular direction. Your advice, a time to give rather than take. That's interesting. So you are getting a lot of attention and recognition, but it's almost like the universe is saying, "Give us something. Give us something." So I don't know what that is that you need to give. Maybe look at your uh, whole sign Virgo house in your natal chart, because it says new moon in Virgo. Maybe there needs to be a new beginning there. So, for instance, let's say that you have Virgo in your fifth house of creativity and entrepreneurship and romance and dating and all that stuff. Maybe it's saying like you need to give the world your creativity in some way. Maybe you need to go do spoken word, or maybe you need to finally start that business because it's really going to help people. Whatever it is, just see where that Virgo house is in your chart, okay? You. All right, number 8. Okay, let's see. Death reversed. There's kind of like a little bit of a gray cloud hanging out around this relationship or around this connection that needs to be addressed. There's some changes that certainly need to be made, and I think that the connection needs to either needs it mm, it either needs to die or it needs to evolve. It's kind of like a shit or get off the pot energy. Yeah, 8 of Swords reverse. What are we doing here? What's happening from her perspective? The Knight of Swords. You guys are definitely having a big discussion. I feel like this person is asking you a lot of questions about what? About the Knight of Wands, about where this is going. There's a lot of action that's happening, but whatever that death reversed is, which is like, again, something that needs to change, evolve, die off, it's like you guys are kind of coming out of that and having a lot of conversations, and it feels like there's passion. You know, it may be a discussion around travel or intimacy or mutual passions that the two of you have together. You know, it feels very like, oh, we're reading books together, or we're going and doing pottery together, or something. Like, I'm not saying that's what it is, but it feels like you guys are doing things together to kind of alleviate that death reversed. So I don't think that's bad. Number 9. Sure, let's see. Ooh, use the fuck out of me. All right, number 9. You have the Sun. It looks like you're either taking on a leadership position, or at some point in the next month or so, you seem to be taking the lead either creatively or at your job, or maybe on social media or in your love life. And it feels like you're shining. There's a lot of eyes on you with that Sun card there. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles reverse. You may feel very optimistic about life, and it can be because somebody comes back into your life with that 5 of Pentacles reverse. It can be that you're like, oh my God, I can finally pay off these credit cards or these debts, or it almost feels like you've been relying on something or someone else to make you feel like you belong. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting that. But you're starting to realize all you ever really needed was you, to a point. Okay, I don't know why I got that. What's coming towards her that's positive? The 2 of Wands, the Judgment. Ooh, an opportunity I think that you feel like you missed is coming back, and it's going to say, okay, do you want this or do you want that? Because you have a couple of options that are available to you that have a lot to do with your higher purpose and what you want for your life. But it's going to ask you to come out of your comfort zone. Thank you, number 9. Number 10. Wow, everybody's asking what the good is coming for them. That's crazy. Like, so many people have done that. I love that. Maybe I need to do all signs for that. Love you too. All right, let's see. The Strength card. You're a lot more confident. You don't feel the need to put your emotions on display or prove yourself to anybody or confront anyone about anything. You're just kind of standing in your own power. Nine of Pentacles. This is pre-Empress energy. You're getting to a point of security in your life, I think financially and otherwise, where you feel very confident being alone or being with yourself. You're enjoying your life. You're having a good time, looking good while you're doing it. Ace of Pentacles, you have new opportunities coming into your life. Whatever this Ace of Pentacles is, which I'm going to clarify because I know if we were doing a one-on-one call, you would make me clarify it. I feel like this Ace of Pentacles is going to get you to a 10 of Pentacles. I say that because we have the 9 of Pentacles, then we have an Ace, which equates to a 10. What is this opportunity? The 2 of Swords reverse. Something you're not going to be able to unsee or avoid. It's something that you may have been deliberating on for a while. Give me more. The 7 of Pentacles, something financial, something that you can invest in that is likely to pay you back in dividends. It feels financial or jobby. It can also be something in regards to your health, which I feel like is going to have a direct reflection on your physical appearance in a positive way. There's something about money here. Some kind of opportunity that was delayed or that you weren't certain about, or it's something that's going to help you reach your potential. This can't be something in regards to like a YouTube channel or something regarding the occult. Maybe you felt like things were moving a little bit slow. Something may start to speed up here. It's going to increase your finances or your sense of stability. Okay, advice. Confidence is your key to success. Boom. There you go. Just fake that shit, baby. You know, create an alter ego or whatever. All right, thank you. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. Number 11. Let's see on whether or not you and your partner will make it in the long run. 3 of Cups reversed. Can you clarify that for me? The Magician. Okay. Why is the 3 of Cups reversed, though? I feel like there's a lot of intention without really talking about where it's going, or because like the 3 of Cups reversed, yes, it can represent third parties and things like that, but it's being clarified by the Magician and the 4 of Wands. So it doesn't make me feel like it's negative. The 3 of Cups reverse can be miscommunication, misunderstanding sometimes. it can be where we're not really coming together in the way that we want, or we're not talking about what we really need, because the 3 of Cups is Mercury in Cancer. And although we have really good intentions, I feel like there's some lingering pain, and that's why it's hard to talk about what we really want or what we really need. It's almost like there's this fear of fully committing to the connection, or there's this fear of really taking it up a notch because of past hurts. There may be even a point where you guys take a little bit of space, but then it comes back together and better and stronger, because the Hierophant can talk about marriage or commitment, like strong commitment, a foundation. What's the advice for that one? The 5 of Swords reverse. Don't play any games. Like, I'm not saying that that's what you're going to do, but the 5 of Swords reverse is like no tit for tat, no, like, mind games, or what, like, don't give in to any of that, or don't initiate any of that. Okay. I don't know why it's saying that. Am I in the right place in regards to career? 6 of Swords. It might be time to get a move on, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. Like, I'm not telling you to quit your job by any means, right? But there may be something else for you that you would end up liking more. Because it's like, the 6 of Swords to me is like, you take it or leave it, So I feel like you could be meant for more. The Queen of Swords. Interesting. There could be something in regards to like PR that you do, or something with writing or speaking, anything to do with like communication, speaking, relate something about relationships, perhaps the justice system, potentially even politics, really. Okay. But it's something where you're communicating, writing, engaging with others, maybe on a one-on-one basis, something along those lines. It's something where you're needing to use your voice, some kind of communications job or career path. Page of Pentacles. It may be a business that you're needing to start, or it may be saying, like, don't procrastinate on whatever you know that this is. It's telling you to really put in the work. Don't wait around to do it. Like, don't wait around. Because if you're already asking, like, am I in the right career? I kind of feel like that's an answer. Do you know what I mean? Your advice: have faith in your dreams. I feel like there's something bigger for you. You have like more talent, or maybe you have the gift of gab with that Queen of Swords there, or maybe you could be a really great mediator, or like, it's like it's Libra energy. So I would look up like Libra careers or Queen of Swords careers, because maybe that's something in regards to your dream, and it's telling you that you can have it, or that you can do it. Thanks a lot, number 11. I really appreciate you, and best of luck, obviously. Number 12. Oh, what's that? Okay, will you resolve your current situation? 2 of Cups. Yes. And it seems like amicably so. Yeah, I would say so. Tell me more about that. Yeah, 9 of Swords reverse. I wouldn't stress too much about this. You may be stressed over it. It's telling you not to worry. Everything will come together. Okay, and when? The World reverse. Well, that's Saturn energy, so that could be Aquarius or Capricorn season. Let me look at my little cheat sheet here that I have. Okay, so it just says in time. There's still some things that you kind of need to clean up a little bit, but it's just saying in time. I mean, it's Saturn, so sometimes Saturn takes a while, but it could be Capricorn season, Aquarius season. So, December, January, February-ish. Okay. Can I get some advice? The Ace of Wands reverse. Don't wait around. I wouldn't wait around to, like, I don't know, close something or have that discussion or finish the project. I wouldn't wait around. The longer you delay, the longer it's going to take. So it's really, in my opinion, with the world reverse, it's really up to you in a lot of ways. I'm not saying it's all up to you, but it's really up to you how you want this to go or how fast you want it to go, I guess you could say. There's still some things to learn, I think. Number 13. Let me see. King of Wands reversed and the Eight of Wands. It's saying that you need to move forward with something or you need to have some kind of discussion, but it may be a lack of confidence in yourself or even ego or pride that's stopping you from doing that. So if there is some issue with ego or pride, you know, like me, for instance, I would love to do acting, right? But I'm absolutely terrified to get headshots because I literally think that I am not attractive. And that's just my ego. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Who knows where it could go, right? And so it's, I feel like it's saying something similar for you in one way or another. And I'm not saying it's acting, whatever it may be, because you need to get a move on something. And it's saying like you're allowing your pride or your insecurities or your ego or whatever it may be to kind of get in your way a little bit. So it's telling you to like move fucking now. You know what I mean? That's basically what it says. Thanks a lot, 13. All right, number 14. Hold on, I gotta looks like I gotta shuffle here. More shuffle. Okay. Number 14. All right, what should number 14 expect from this person this week? Queen of Wands, the Empress. Okay, there's a lot of feminine energy around this person. If this person is just in their feminine energy, I would say they seem to be pretty confident, showing up, very nurturing, giving. You know, somebody who is just kind of, I don't know though, I don't feel like that's them. What is this about with these, the Lovers reverse? I don't know who this is, but it feels like they're kind of dipping their toe in a couple of different waters here in regards to people, or you know, there may be some miscommunication about what they're trying to build here or what they're trying to potentially create with you, because it feels like this is other people. This doesn't feel like their energy. It feels like people in their energy, to be honest. So I don't know if it's like a two timing kind of thing or there's some miscommunication about intentions here, but I mean, what's the long-term outcome of the connection, the world here? Okay, so it feels like there's some level of closure that feels peaceful, it feels positive, so that way a new chapter can begin within the connection. But it looks like there's a little bit of tension here, and I don't know if this is like, you know, maybe it's just that, you know, his mom doesn't like you know what I'm saying, and that's where the tension is coming from. But there's a couple of different energies where it's creating a misalignment between you guys for some reason. Thank you, number 14. Number 15. Sure, let's see. The Tower. It's time for a big change. It's time for you to let go of something and to move into something new. to rebuild in some way. The High Priestess reverse, it's asking you to trust yourself in regards to your highest potential and what you want. You already know the answer, so be cautious of asking too many people about what that answer is, or putting more stock into other people's opinions on the changes that you're needing to make, aside from the ones that you know that you should. And it really is in regards to you discovering your highest potential, but certain things need to change, especially the relationship with yourself. The Chariot. There may be a trip that you're needing to go on potentially, or it may be asking you to take a drive, or there may be something with a trip or a car or a vehicle. You're needing to go somewhere. The Judgment. There's something about you bringing something back from the past that you could have a victory in. But it's like you may have some fear around it. It may be something that you kind of left off the shelf or left on the shelf, and you're needing to like bring it back for some reason. And it's in regards to your higher purpose. So, I mean, only you would know what that is. Thanks a lot, number 15. Okay. Sure, let's see. What does P want from 16? The Death card. What is that? The King of Pentacles reversed. She may feel like you're not super generous. And I don't know if that's in regards to your time, your energy. She may feel like there's a lack of responsibility on your part, and she wants that to change, or she wants that to evolve. So, for instance, let's say that, you know, now this is just an example. Okay. Let's say that she thinks that you're cheap or something like that. She wants that to change. She's like, yeah, I don't like that. Like she wants you to be more generous, or, kind of shit or get off the pot is the vibe that I'm getting here. She wants you guys to maintain something that you already have right now in order to heal or overcome something that has occurred between the two of you, or something that has occurred on an individual level. But it also feels like she wants a little bit of distance as well. Why? The Page of Wands reverse. She's not very confident in this for some reason. She doesn't really feel like she can go for it, or she's not confident in it, or she may feel like she's being manipulated, or there's something about that. Is she romantically interested in number 16? I don't think she really knows. I think she's thought about it. But with that Seven of Swords reverse and the Seven of Cups, it feels like she's a little bit more self-focused as opposed to like me and you, she seems to want to pour into herself more than anything. What are her feelings for him? The Hierophant reverse. Give me one more. The Five of Wands. I think she's very conflicted about this for some reason. She feels like there's not really something fundamental to build off of, or she feels like your guys' differences are too vast or too much in order to really create something foundational. Especially if there's been any kind of drama, but mostly it just feels like What's the conflict about? The Three of Cups reversed. There may be a third party. It feels like there's some kind of drama. Give me, can I get some advice? What should he do about this person? The Six of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Like, show up. Like, be your most confident self. Be your most confident self. Speak your mind within reason. You know what I'm saying? Keep your mind open and malleable. You know, be interested in learning new information. Just, it's really about you showing up for yourself. It's really about you not feeling like you have to hide or feeling like you have to subdue yourself in order for somebody else's comforts, but also not taking too much stock in what she thinks all the time. It's really about you saying what you think and being open to new ideas and having conversation. That's really what it's about, or what it's trying to say it should be about for you. Prosperity lies ahead. I would take a look at the Taurus chart in your the Taurus house in your natal chart to see kind of where this prosperity is coming from or how it's coming. So for instance, let's say that you have Taurus in your third house. Maybe it's telling you that you need to write something, that there's something that you need to write, or maybe a podcast that you're needing to create, and that's how you're going to make some money, or that's where you're going to find where a lot of your value really lies, is maybe in your voice. You know, it can represent a lot of things. So I would focus on the Taurus house of your chart right now for some reason. Okay. Right. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. I love you. Kinez and Lori, thank you to the moon and back. I just really can't thank you enough. And thank you to everybody who kind of showed up. I love you guys, and I hope that you have a good one.